Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is your King of Hell, Skybomb, and I forgot to hit record. I did like maybe 3 minutes. But this is from Duty. I will put the link in the video at the bottom. But he go off, and I really don't think he understand what fucking games are. And he go off on a kid game. They're not competitive like Call of Duty, even another kid game, Pokemon. But it's not like that. But he want to make it seem like it is. I mean, what the hell? Yeah, only reason why Pokemon is competitive is the online. I don't even know any racing game is competitive.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just completed my gameplay coverage of
And I got it two, um, close to 2 times speed.
Mario Kart World here on my channel DSP Gaming after roughly 20 or so hours of gameplay, give or take. It might be a little bit more, it might be a little bit less. I made about 19 videos, and this covered playing the entirety of the single-player content of the game, meaning all of the circuits, unlocking the secret circuits, and even doing Rainbow Road and all of that on the hardest difficulty level. Then going online and playing all the various online modes, including the standard single races because they don't have online circuits anymore. Then the battle mode, and also a significant, probably 15 hours worth of the knockout tour, which really is the one new feature of this game, adding in all these courses connected together into actual circuits. Also, I did play some of the open world roaming mode. You know, the fact that this game has an open world that you can roam around and you can look for challenges, you can look for hidden question mark blocks or the peach tokens. So I've pretty much done all of the content of the game. I've unlocked every single cart. The only thing I actually didn't do is I didn't complete all the open world challenges, and I didn't unlock every single outfit for every character. And you might say, well, first of all, why didn't you unlock all the open world challenges? Because they're completely pointless. If you're not aware, Nintendo advertised Mario Kart World as the first Mario Kart game to have an open world to wander, and said, hey, you're going to want this game because it has more content than any Mario Kart before. You're going to have all these challenges and hidden items and all of that. But what they failed to tell you was that it's completely pointless. All of that open world challenge content literally does nothing. Does it unlock any characters? No. Does it unlock any carts? No. Does it unlock any content at all within the game? No. It's actually completely pointless. What you get are these stickers that you can apply to your profile and stuff. They mean nothing. There's no.
That what that you literally say they don't give up any item. That is a item. I like fucking trophy on PS5, fucking point on PCs, and all that crap. And I can't believe he don't understand this crap. I mean, if you have a hate boner for fucking Nintendo, I mean, fuck. Well, a lot. Even, he did say skin, but even skins, how he fucking say is pointless. Look at Borderlands. Freaking any Borderlands. You can change your fucking head, your body, and all that stuff. But if you're playing it by yourself, you you're never gonna fucking notice because that is mostly for multiplayer.
Reason to do any of the content. Imagine now a video game that presents you with all of this.
So if you're playing it by yourself, it's basically pointless. But people still click them.
Challenge, but never gives you any outcome after you do it all. Why do it then? If there's no carrot that you're dangling in front of me to keep me moving, if there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, then why am I going to grind my way through all of this content? It's as if Nintendo had the idea.
Well, again, they are. You are just said they give you stickers to put on your profile for online. That basically like trophy again.
But literally never finished it. Said, well, we'll advertise like we finished it, but we actually aren't going to. We're just going to have it there for content's sake. This is classic bloat, and it's what's happened sadly in the last decade. As consoles were able to start making games that had more content in them, big open worlds, what these game developers started doing was putting in frivolous, repeating, boring open world grinding content. Think games like Far Cry, or think games like Assassin's Creed. Huge worlds, but what's the point of killing every enemy, taking over every base, and doing every objective if you don't get anything meaningful for it? Well, this is the classic textbook case of that.
Alright, Far Cry. You can level up your stuff, hold more, and get better stuff. And same with Assassin's Creed. you can get better stuff. He really don't understand this shit.
Nintendo wanted to say this was the biggest Mario Kart ever, but they didn't put any effort into it. But hey, they charged you $80 for the game. Because you might say, well, why else would Nintendo charge $80 for Mario Kart World? Well, it has the same amount of tracks as previous Mario Kart games, so it's not the amount of tracks. It has a good amount of racers, but most of the racers are just skins of other racers, and they don't have any difference from them. So it doesn't have more characters, it doesn't have more carts than previous Mario Karts. Okay, what does it have? Better graphics, I will give it that. On the Switch 2, this game runs beautifully at 4K resolution. It runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, and it never really dips. So I will say that it's the best looking Mario Kart ever made. Also, this game is absolutely great at nostalgia bait. What I mean by that is if you're a previous fan of old school Mario Kart or any of these Nintendo franchises, Donkey Kong, Mario, etc.
I like what. Again, I'm watching this on duty. I like how he fucking the bubbles. That fucking funny.
You're going to love playing through this game once or twice and seeing all the nostalgic throwback tracks or hearing the remixes of old music from the era of SNES or Nintendo 64 or GameCube. It hits you right here, right in the heartstrings. Like, oh man, this feels like something from my childhood, but it's made for me as an adult. The problem is, nostalgia bait isn't enough to carry an entire game. And when it actually comes down to the gameplay elements of Mario Kart World, it's arguably one of the worst Mario Karts they've ever.
That's why a lot of games changed a little bit because some people do not, and be honest with it, like a lot about how Pokemon is still going on and they really didn't change anything. I think it just started with Pokemon kind of Legend Arceus to change it up. Even Pokemon Sun and Moon, Kecleason had badges, but not really badges. And you can't even say it with kind of badges, but that is Pokemon Legend Arceus is kind of still like open world, like bosses and all that stuff. Kind of like Zelda, but Pokemon. I'm thinking. I never played Zelda, but I still saw some people playing it. But people just want to catch Pokemon, battle like a boss, or get badges, or do online stuff competitively.
Made. In fact, I would say the only Mario Kart that I've played that I could say is actually worse than this one would actually have been the Mario Kart that was on the Nintendo DS. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the first one that ever had the competitive online play. And the reason that I say that is because that game's entire gameplay loop was sneaking. That game, what you needed to do was power slide left boost, power slide right boost, power slide left boost. And if you didn't do that, you literally couldn't win a race. The entire game you just had to snake. And it was stupid because it was a gimmick that should have just been that, a gimmick, and not dominating the competitive nature of the game. Mario Kart World is so.
Is this the dude who keeps saying, "Oh, but legs or like leg switch," and I haven't heard leg switch since Modern Warfare 3. No, Modern Warfare 2. And I mean, I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare 2. That's something that not a thing anymore. And he just complaining that like we're still a fucking thing. And we're just he just suck at something he was good at. At least better than the average player.
Oh, bad when it comes to the competitive play. Actual driving skill is a completely moot point because the game now has 24 racers. At any given moment, someone who's in last place can
What the hell did that say? Mario Kart is for fucking kids. Party game. Yep, it is. It is a party game.
Completely moot point because the game now has 24 racers. At any given moment, someone who's in last place can get the blue shell, the lightning, the bullet bill transformation, the big.
I just was streaming Fortnite, and basically that is a kid party game. But they have like competitions and all that shit, but it's still meant for kids. If anyone take it seriously, they have a mental issue.
Mushroom transformation, and immediately turbo through everyone right into the top 8. And this happens over and over and over again. Now, admittedly, you do need to have some competence. If you're absolutely garbage at the game, you're not going to win races. But for the most part, playing well is not rewarded, but punished. Because there's 24 racers, if you're out front and you get hit by an item, chances are you're then going to get hit by another one and another one. It's going to become a chain reaction, and there have been several times where I am absolutely dominating a race front of the pack, and I get hit either by a red shell or a blue shell or whatever it is, and then I get comboed down at the end of the pack. Then when I go to drive again, you're in last place. Oops, you couldn't get to the qualifier spot and you're eliminated. But I was the best player. I was literally sitting in first for like 3-4 minutes. How can you punish me for that? Mario Kart?
I suck at Mario Kart. Fuck, if I have the Mario Kart 8, I haven't even played it, but also I didn't spend a penny on it. I found it at work, but I bet if I play it, I'll probably be first in like probably few sec. Probably I'm not saying I would win. I'm just saying I'd be in first for like how long? Like for a few seconds. Yeah, I suck at racing games. That don't mean shit, my dude.
Doesn't care. Mario Kart World is not a competitive game. It's a party game made for, people to just mash buttons and get lucky. And in fact, what people have said is the meta of the game.
Maybe not match to get lucky. You actually had to be little good. No, you know you really had to be little good. You had to at least know how the game play. But it is just for kids. So why are you all white? It is a party game, and why you getting mad over a kid game? They're like me getting mad over what? I was losing, like getting madly out on Fortnite. I'm not gonna be there. The game's people like, and no, I'm not doing that. That's some kid shit. I'm not doing that shit.
Has actually become how to stack, stockpile, and use items, not how to drive. So I just want you to think about that for a moment. Nintendo created a driving game where they put so many players into it and so many overpowered items that driving takes a back seat to abusing the items. Wow, that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? No, it doesn't at all. And the sad fact is, even if you get good at that, if you get good at, I know how to stockpile my items, I know how to predict when someone's gonna get a lightning bolt so I don't lose my items, it even doesn't matter. Allow me to explain why. The standard races are horrible. You do one single race and then it cancels out and it rematches you and you do one single race. There's no 1, 2, 3 placements. No one earns a trophy. The classic Mario Kart feeling has been completely removed from the game, so the actual standard online play is a waste of your time. But what about battle mode?
He just said what the game is, and so it basically toss out what you fucking freaking out about. That a kid game, that a party game, that shit we don't take serious on that. We give you some thing to collect, like the stickers you just mentioned, or some skins, but it meant to have fun online or with friends.
It's awful. It's incredibly boring. What they tried to do is recreate battle mode from the SNES game, but it's so boring when you're just in this tiny arena, you're driving in circles, throwing items at each other. It's just stupid and pointless. The only actual mode that has any legs in this game is called Knockout Tour. So what Knockout Tour is, it's the mode where you have to keep placing in the top few places every time you hit a checkpoint to continue racing. If you don't get into that top category of places, you get eliminated, and then you're out of the race. It's very exciting, and this is the mode where you get to see all the tracks are connecting to each other in the game, which really is the only one new feature they added to this game. I believe I want to say there's 5 or 6 different circuits that you can race on, and they are randomly selected. You don't get to select them. You just get randomly thrown into them. There's no selection process or anything like that. And so, when you play this mode, the higher you place, you earn points. And so you're going to see this points total accumulate. But there's a small problem. The points actually have absolutely no meaning at all. There's no categories, rankings. You don't go from, stone to iron to copper, silver.
Again, they're a freaking kid game for kids. Fuck. They're like me getting mad at every time Fortnite reset my level. The few months is over.
Gold, diamond, plat doesn't exist. There's no.
And like, people was getting mad when it basically reset the skins. They say, "Oh, I got this skin when it first came out. It means something, but now anyone can get the skin." I mean, it's just a skin, my dude. It don't mean shit.
Ranking system at all. You can't see how good you are compared to other players. It's completely pointless. It's just a number that either goes up or down, depending on how well you do. The higher you place, the more points you'll get. If you place poorly, you lose points. But
Again, again, it is a kid party game.
who cares? The game
That's
doesn't
what
matter
I've
what you
been
points at all.
saying.
You'll be in a match, you have 5,000 points, you'll be in a match with people who have 1,000 points, and people who have like 10,000 points. The game doesn't care. It just gives you anyway. So they don't mean anything. They're completely frivolous. Why do they even exist? I don't know. The thing is, if Nintendo was going to charge $80,
Again, only reason why I bet it up even more because this dude, this is pointless. It a kid game. Why are you fucking getting mad over a kid game? Fuck, even Call of Duty, it not meant for kids, but more competitive. I don't even get mad over that.
for this game. You would think they would have put in enough effort to say, hey, we're going to make our game competitive. We're going to have leagues. We're going to have rankings. You're going to want to get to the master level. Much like if you're playing a competitive fighting game and you're ranking up, or maybe you're playing Call of Duty and you have incremental unlocks. No, there's nothing. I'm serious. There's absolutely nothing. The only stuff that you can unlock in this game is carts, and you get that just by naturally collecting coins over time, or outfits for characters, which you get by collecting the food bags on the stages. So it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. You're going to unlock everything eventually anyway. So what's the point of online play? What's the point of the ranking system with points? Nothing. It has no purpose.
To have fun with people online. To see how your skill on a racing game online. Like my skill on Fortnite with other people. I mean, Call of Duty. I can play with bots on Call of Duty, but hey, that don't mean I'm gonna be even at the same level as people who play online. And it's more fun to play with people online. I mean, really.
At all. Again, it feels just like the open world, something that Nintendo half developed, didn't finish, and said, oh well, release it, sell it for $80. The game is full of half-cocked, half-finished ideas, and doesn't feel like a complete product at all. An unfinished open world, a complete nonsensical online play system. What the hell happened with this game in development? And if you want to know the honest truth, here's what I actually think has happened.
I think the only reason why we're $80 now because I think most game is going up in price. Like in the past few years, with like $70 for a game, and it's probably more hard to make it now because it could be like 4K.
The Mario Kart World actually wasn't intended to be the launch title for the Switch 2. And you can call me crazy. I think that this game was supposed to be released later down the line, maybe in the fall, maybe in the winter. But they really wanted to have a first-party game to become the flagship title for the Switch 2. But they also didn't want to put all their eggs in one basket. So what they did is
And my want is every fucking new Nintendo system have a Mario game tied to it when it first came out. Am I wrong?
they said, hey, is this game ready to release now? Well, technically it is. It just doesn't have full features. Who cares? It's a launch title, and it's the only first-party launch title. Outside of Mario Kart World, the only other games available for the Switch 2 are launch reports. Ports of games that you could have already played on other platforms.
It
So
is
it's the
for
only experience that you can get.
kids.
Guess what? People are going to buy it regardless of the price, and that's exactly what happened. Mario Kart World was released half-finished for exorbitantly expensive pricing, even though it didn't have the features in it to warrant said pricing. But everyone bought it because we all wanted this original first-party game at the launch of Switch 2. It literally was a rip-off, and Nintendo did exactly what they
Do
were doing. They don't care.
4K.
Everyone, Nintendo doesn't care about you. Did you hear what I just said? Nintendo, the company, does not care about you. It doesn't matter what you think or this fanboy mentality that you may be a part of, this weird cultish like that. Oh wait, but they always release good games. What about
Like you? You don't care about your fan. They're business. They care about making money. And they care what people think because if they don't like the pocket, they won't buy it. And people seem like Mario Kart. They like playing with friends with a kid game.
the amiibos? What about it? Nintendo does not care about the common consumer whatsoever. You want to know what Nintendo cares about? Money. Just like any other corporation, all they care about is making profits. They don't care about quality. They don't care about
Who tried to buy two Nintendo 2 and yeah, he shut. So that'd be basically if he got the two Nintendo Switches, that would been $1,300. Same price. I'm probably a little less, a little more. Well, right now a little more. What I spend for my PC, I built. I'm probably gonna get a 5080 or a 5070 Ti. and that'd be 2000. But he won't buy two Nintendo Switch. He's just a consumer, my dude.
But anyway, seriously, all they want is to make money. So what they've done with the Switch 2 is did artificial scarcity. Oh, you can't get the console at launch, it's hard to get. Yet there were more than enough to sell. They just held back at providing them to the market. Oh, the only game available at launch is Mario Kart World. Oh, by the way, Donkey Kong Bonanza was finished, but they decided to wait a month and a half to sell it to create artificial scarcity.
Was that me?
Kart World. Oh, by the way, Donkey Kong Bonanza was finished, but they decided to wait a month and a half.
Oh, I'm gonna say, wait a second. Was that me? No, it was Duty. I said, wait a second. My internet. I think he's still on his vacation with his wife and kids. So
Sell it
that
to
makes
create
sense.
artificial scarcity. For the console you just dropped $450 for, maybe you wouldn't have bought a multiplayer game. But since it's the only first party game available, sell it quick, sell it for $80, make everyone pay top dollar for it. You'll forget about it in a month because Donkey Kong's coming out. You see what they did? They actually used a savvy business strategy. The thing is, it's anti-consumer, it's anti-gamer, and it's actually downright immoral. They sold you an $80 game that wasn't finished, that didn't even have as many features as previous Mario Kart games, but they lied to you and said it had more.
With a kid game, I'm pretty sure it was finished. You just have a hate boner for Nintendo.
They said there was an open world, but the open world is meaningless and empty. They said the online play was different, but actually the online play is unfinished. Do you notice there's no uproar in the gaming community about it though? Because it's Nintendo. Because Nintendo has this weird fan base of obsessed cult-like people who, no matter what Nintendo does, they can do no wrong. I don't care that Nintendo has this weird fan base of obsessed cult-like people who, no matter what Nintendo does, they can do no wrong. I don't care that you sold me a half-finished game for more money than every other game because you're Nintendo and I love you. You can't do anything right. Everything's always good with Nintendo, right? No, I'm sorry, but the modern gaming landscape is different. There's a lot of competition out there. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, all these handheld things now, the ROG Ally and all this. There's a lot of ways you can play games. You don't need to buy the Switch 2.
I don't get why he don't, because when he's a Xbox, it was more clear. I know I have my about where I should have it, but I'm back, fall back. I think I probably need to get a better arm, but he sound more clear when he was close to the mic. I usually have my mic like this, and that is kind of a couple inches away from my lips. And if I lean back, I always edit it so you can hear me clearly. He don't give a fuck about anyone.
To get a family-friendly experience anymore. You can actually get that on other platforms now. So Nintendo should be forced to justify the purchase of the Switch 2 at $450 and an $80 purchase of this flagship title. They've done nothing to do that, yet people still bought it in droves. Do you see the problem here?
You know, people like PlayStation, Xbox, and even Nintendo, they don't make a profit on the game system. They make profit on the game. So they're actually selling you less than the fucking system make.
If consumerism's attitude doesn't change, if people don't stop spending on things that are inferior or mediocre, there will never be incentive for a company like Nintendo to ever do better for you. Do you think Nintendo would ever release something like Nintendo Game Pass? No! Why on earth would they do that? You're spending $80 for an unfinished Mario Kart. Why would they do
And they literally have, if you spend $60, only $20, you can get some game for free. The old games. Dude. Wait, this dude don't know shit.
Nintendo Game Pass where they give you new games for subscription? Are you out of your mind? Of course they're never going to do that. But that's because you reward mediocrity, okay? So Mario Kart World is a great-looking nostalgia-bait trap.
I thought we'd give a lot of games. Not a lot, but we have new games for free. But they like Fortnite, so he might have a point with that. But not really, because we do have games for the older games come out, what people been asking for.
It performs very well, it has great remixed music, the tracks look great, but once you peel back that shiny exterior, you see a game that's bare bones, a bait-and-switch ad campaign with an open world that's completely frivolous, empty, and worthless, online play that has absolutely no effort put into it. Oh, by the way, there's also one final point that I need to make that no one else is talking about on the internet. You ready for this? Mario Kart World lags when you play it online. And you might say, wait, it does? Why haven't I heard anyone say anything about that? In fact, I've heard the opposite. I've heard people say that it doesn't lag. Do you want to know why? Because once again, Nintendo is dishonest in this game. They actually hide the lag. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of games with online competitive play, if there's lag, they'll slow down the game in order for the game to be able to play catch up. Mario Kart World doesn't do that. It continues to always play at full speed, but what happens is the game starts to kind of bug out. So for example, you'll see Wario will be right here in front of you, he'll disappear, and then he'll reappear way in front of you. What? A red shell will be thrown at you and the detector will go off. You have the speed.
I think that is more with your internet, not with the game.
So you press the button to stop the red shell will hit you. Why didn't my speaker go off? I pressed the button. The game never lags, right? No, the game is lagging, but Nintendo doesn't make the game slow down. It still plays full speed, so it hides the lag. You may not notice it because the game is so chaotic as it is that things are always going crazy. With 24 characters on the screen, it's hard to keep track of what's happening at any given moment. But there's tons of times when you get hit by something that's not there, or people are teleporting left, right, or all around. If you don't believe me, there is one absolutely irrefutable piece of evidence that proves what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're
you
playing knockout
too
Pokemon, and you
drunk
qualify to race.
to pay
All of a sudden, in your corner
attention.
of the screen, it'll say you're in third place, fourth place. But as you approach the gate, it disappears. Then you drive through the gate. The game takes about half a second to figure it out, and all of a sudden, the game will tell you whether or not you qualify. And then after another half a second, your ranking will appear again. If the game didn't lag, why would it need to erase your ranking, try to compute where you are, and then tell you later? It would just keep you in that place. But it actually doesn't know because it lags. It actually has to think for a second, and have to look at all its calculations to see where you are and figure out, and then tell you later. So for a split second, it actually exposes the fact that it has a lot of lag, but then it goes back to hiding it by having everything go in real time. So this is probably one of the most interesting ways I've ever seen lag hidden, because I've seen multiple games like Street Fighter, Call of Duty, they all do it a little differently these days. But this is actually the most dishonest I've ever seen. To not have the game ever slow down or stutter, but then to have things happen in the game that literally didn't happen on your screen, like a person disappearing and reappearing way in front of you, or an item hitting you that literally doesn't exist in the game on your screen, or not responding when you press your button so your speaker can't stop the shell. It's pretty bad. And there have been times when I'm in like 18th place.
Again, I hear you kind of have not the top tier or in the third top tier for your internet. And I think the issue you keep having with the internet is because you're a cheap fucker and won't spend enough to get the good internet. That's what I hear. And it keeps sounding like what's up with your internet, my dude.
And I'm at the qualification gate, you must be top 20 to qualify. My ranking disappears, I drive through and it's eliminated. But I was in 18th. Well, actually I wasn't, but the game hid the lag by saying that I was in 18th, deleting that, and then saying you're eliminated. So ladies and gentlemen, Mario Kart World is a great looking nostalgia-bait game that is arguably one of the worst of this game's franchise ever. And that's sad because we waited a decade for a new Mario Kart to come out. Remember, they kept selling and reselling Mario Kart 8. They had DLCs and expansions. When's the next one? Well, here it is. And now it's unfinished, it's broken, it's empty, it's way too expensive, it doesn't have content, and it lags. What a joke. But no one's talking about it. Why? Because everyone already moved on to Donkey Kong Bonanza. And that was Nintendo's plan all along. Release the launch title, and then before anyone has a chance to figure out what's going on, move on to the next exclusive.
It look better. Well, I can see. It look like we have content because it's a kid game, it's a party game. And it don't look broken. It just seemed like you have a hate.
Everyone will be done with it, no one will care. It's marketing genius and it's business 101, but gamers are too ignorant to figure this out. Well, I'm not. I played for 20 hours and I can tell you, game's bad. Sorry, it just is. If you love Mario Kart, you'll get some enjoyment out of this game, but as a game that's value for your buck, or a game that even is like refutable, like, oh, this is a game that's good in the rankings of Mario Kart. No, it's not. It's actually one of the worst ones they've ever made. They just won't tell you and no one will talk about it because we're already playing Bonanza and we won't talk about this game again. It already passed. They got away with it. So you've been waiting. Is it a system seller? No. You do not need to Switch 2 just to play Mario Kart. You'll be done in 3 to 4 hours and you'll be absolutely bored. Okay? So my final thoughts on Mario Kart World. It was a fun romp for 20 hours. I got my money's worth out of it as a content creator, but value for the dollar for the average consumer is not there. $80 is insanely overpriced for what they put it.
Dude, with people still playing the games right now, and Nintendo Switch been with like 2 months. I keep seeing people streaming Mario Kart 8 for years. I don't think Mario Kart will get born because it is a party game.
Together, Nintendo has successfully pulled the wool over everyone's eyes, making this a launch title that everyone's already forgotten about. The game is an absolute ripoff, and you shouldn't waste $80 on it unless you're the most hardcore, die-hard Mario Kart fan. This is a skip. But here's the worst part all about it, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this one? Even though you already paid $80 plus tax to play this game, in a year's time, Nintendo will release DLC. They will release more tracks, more content, more racers, and the like, and they're going to charge you $30 to $40 for it. Even though you already paid more than the game was worth at launch, they are not going to give you free DLC. They're going to nickel and dime you again for more content that should have been present in the launch of the game. I don't know what else to say. It's that simple. Nintendo has lost their way. Nintendo used to be better than this, but this is now their business strategy. What it is that people are so blindly following Nintendo that they just buy everything. So even though you already got...
I think most of it is a hate boner, and he could fucking wrap it up and say, okay, the game to me it could be better, but he on a hate boner. And what I see of the game, it seemed fine. We're a fucking kid party game. Like fucking Duty keeps saying, we're a freaking kid party game. Calm the fuck down. Take a cold shower, my dude.